Welcome to the after show. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Puck Nation, episode 29,
29, Mimmo, you got it.
29.
Hey, see, I didn't have to ask. I'm going to remember next week's, though, I promise.
Right.
Well, anyway, we'll get to that. So, what's going on? Everybody okay? You good?
I'm good, man.
You good? Yeah?
Been all right, man. Some good hockey lately, right?
Yeah. How are you?
Go fuck yourself, man. How am I? You're going to fucking know how I am. I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. But before we get there, because... Anyway, we're gonna. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking fuming, but whatever. Before we get there, we have a special guest here tonight. Mike's brother, Danny, is a hockey fan too, right? Big hockey fan, big Habs fan, and he's been wanting to get on for a couple of weeks, right?
Yep.
So without further ado, bring on Danny. Come on, Danny.
Oh,
where are you?
Hey,
there you are. Yeah. Oh,
What's
did
up,
I mention Danny's a musician too?
Yeah.
As
can
you
you
can
tell?
Look at all the hockey sticks behind him.
Yeah, exactly. You're surrounded, Yanni.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What did I do to deserve this?
Danny, you fucked up. Actually, you're the only smart one at this fucking table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know, am I?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So, Danny, what's up, man? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, brother. No problem at all.
No, we're from a Habs fan situation. We're in a good place at the moment. The past few weeks, it's going better than it had before. We're not just relying on the loser point to get by.
Very true.
That's an
Very
upgrade,
true.
I guess. That's an
I agree.
upgrade, right?
That's right.
We're
I agree.
basically, we're a team that people thought were going to be, again, in a lottery pick, but we're not. So we're in this weird, sort of fighting for a playoff spot. But honestly, I'm pretty worried about the whole thing because I see the kids coming in, and I think they're good, especially on the defense. But I don't have that much faith anymore in the actual top stars of Suzuki, Caulfield, all of them being more than second liners on real teams, basically. But they're supposed to be our tops. So I feel like we're looking at potentially another team that is sort of in the playoffs most years and really hard to compete at third and fourth rounds with the big boys.
So basically, Danny, you see, Mike, I've been saying this for years. You over-evaluated your talent, which is what, in my opinion, the Canadians have been doing for the last 30 fucking years since they got rid of Patrick Roy.
Yeah,
Right?
well,
Everybody was a star. Everybody was a 50-goal scorer, and then like we could go on and on. I mean, Ribeiro, okay, and then Coyle, no, and then Michael McCarron was on. I think he's working fucking cement or somewhere. I don't know. Get at it. It's that over-evaluation of players, right? This guy's going to be this. This guy's going to be that, right?
I think there's no telling in the sense of the kids of what could happen, but that's like 3, 4, 5 years from now, really, before they're ready. But then those guys that I just mentioned are going to be like 30, So it's. I don't know. And basically, this class in the next 2 to 3 years, I'm no longer feeling it. But potentially in 5, maybe, I don't know. There's teams that have built out big time from the back end, and if that's what Montreal does, and they do it spectacularly, the prospect I have the most hope for is Lane Hudson, 100%.
Wow,
that kid's going to be good.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So if he can be a top producing, Norris level point getter, then it becomes like you have a forward in the back end,
Wow. So you're putting all your eggs in that guy's basket more than Goalie, more than Reinbacher.
Goalie is more rounded all around, defensive mix of everything, can do penalty kill, can do all the things, going to be like a leader on the team, Lane Hudson is pure offense from the back end. He's like Quinn Hughes, that's his role in the team.
They've been comparing him to a Kel McCarr.
Yeah.
Easy there, Chico.
I know. Those are big words.
Easy there,
You
Chico.
saw Kel McCarr, right? You watched him when you guys got smacked, right?
He's the only...
They also said Galchenyuk was Yager. Yeah.
But he's the only defenseman in the NCAA University League history to win the scoring title ever. He won it at 18, and most of the players in that league are like 21, 22. So
Danny, I agree with that. Okay, I think where he's playing and he's doing whatever. But again, and I've said this 100 fucking times, It's not the National Hockey League, man. It's just not. Listen, I can name you. I'm older than you. I can name you off 20 guys right now, just at the top of my head, that they were supposed to be, and they were supposed to be in this. And you know, Neil Yakupov, it was supposed to be. All right. I'm talking even some Canadian guys. Okay. Remember Guillaume Latendresse? He was supposed to be. Supposed to be fucking what? What? Supposed to give you the hot dog faster than the other guy? What?
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? Alexandre Daigle in Ottawa was supposed to be, right? Everybody's supposed to, because when you're in the minors, yeah, you're good. You're good. But I keep telling, like, your brother and I, we really follow the World Juniors, except for this year because I was really sick. And there's a couple of guys that we went and see, Mike. Remember when, like, I keep saying that.
It was years ago. Yeah.
Remember we went to see a
Miss
couple of
Darlene.
guys? We went to see Darlene or whatever. When you're young like that and you have all the eyes on you, right? When you go watch a World Junior, you're supposed to take over the game. You understand what I'm trying to say? You're supposed to be the guy that everybody sees on the ice. You follow what I'm saying? When you're not even that, like, remember Lafreniere? This and what? Dude, you didn't do shit. Like, if you can't dominate the World Juniors, the fuck you think you're gonna do with the Rangers?
Well, that's kind of what I saw with Celebrini. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and then good player, good,
Very good.
but
Yeah.
not super. No, he didn't
But
dominate.
my eyes weren't
He
on
was
you the
young,
whole
too.
fucking tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Kid's
saying?
young, huh,
But
guys?
this year, USA won. Lane Hudson
Yeah.
was number 1D. and he got
Absolutely.
a
Yep.
point per game.
Yeah,
That's right.
He did.
That's right. He
is. I agree in terms of like natural offensive ability. Even though he's a defenseman,
Yeah.
he's without a doubt the guy on like that the Habs have in their system where offense probably comes easiest to him. You know what I mean? Like that natural touch kind of thing.
He's pure Bobby Orr style defense.
Listen, in my opinion, if the kid could be like an Andrei Markov, because apparently he's got vision like fucking beautiful, okay? If it can be an Andrei Markov, you guys are happy?
Yeah.
Very.
Yanni, I should talk to you and Danny because you're
100%. I mean, Andrei Markov, dude, put a team around the guy and he would have been.
In my
phenomenal,
opinion,
right?
Andrei Markov is the
Most
underrated
I think I
player
had to
on
mention
earth.
that
like,
once upon a time.
ever. What a fucking stud, man. What a stud.
The general, man. That's what they used to call
What
him.
is, so, Danny, would you be happy with that if he turns out to be an Andrei Markov? Lane Hudson, I mean.
I don't think he's at all the same style player per se, but in terms of like production, I guess if he produced that much in the NHL, I'd be satisfied, but not really. You know, I have higher hopes for him. I have him to be in the Norris race multiple years in his career.
Wow. That's a first because they say he's small, right? He's like 5'10", and that's pushing it apparently.
But look at all these kids coming in.
I know. Anyway, there's no body checking left, so
They're all
don't worry about
small.
it. We're gonna get to that.
You know, we keep talking about, they're small, but everybody coming
Nobody
in is
hits
small.
anymore, so don't fuck. Who
Yeah.
cares? You could be a midget. Who cares? Are you allowed to say midget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Little
people.
little people. Little people. I'm a little people.
Yeah.
I'm a little fat
I
people,
don't-
but whatever.
I don't doubt that if he does come in and he does do well and he does his thing offensively, the Canadians will need to have other bigger, tougher defensemen to make up for the fact that he's basically a forward on the ice.
Well,
Yeah. And okay, then I got another one for you. And what about in the back? Who's gonna take over for? Look, let's call a spade a spade. Who's gonna take over for Carey Price?
You know what? No one's going to take over for that level role, but one of the biggest upsides of this whole season has been Onsenpo.
Yeah.
This
I
You
agree.
think he's your guy?
He's completely underpaid. It's amazing that he's getting $3 million.
Yeah.
So if he played for the Edmonton Oilers, the Oilers
Cup.
would probably have the cup right now. They'd have a real goalie.
100%.
You're telling me all it takes is a Montalvo in Edmonton?
Dude, honestly, look, I was going to get into my. You want to talk about segues?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to
Let's go, yeah.
segue right
Go
to
ahead,
my
go ahead.
Oilers because don't worry, I realized
ahead.
the rant will take up
Don't worry
most of the
about
show.
that. No, right? Who cares? Who cares?
Look at.
Look, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Dan.
I was just right before the Oilers thing. In terms of your goalie question,
Yeah.
look at the past 10 Stanley Cups that have been won.
Yeah.
Besides Vasilevsky,
Nobody's. You're
what
right.
great goalies were there?
You're right.
Corey
You're right.
Crawford, like
Bennington. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Fleury. Like these are not the best of the best goalies.
They're not Carey Price caliber.
No.
Isn't it funny that Danny just mentioned Fleury? Danny, I don't know if you saw our last podcast. We had Simon Salikas on from TSN 690.
Yeah.
And he fucking floored me. He said that he doesn't, because, Fleury just passed Patrick Waugh and over all the wins over whatever, lifetime.
He played so many games.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's not even in the conversation. I couldn't believe that. Do you agree with that, or?
I think he's a very good goalie. Good is the word. He's like, I think a lot of the wins that he got.
You guys are
First of all,
freaking me out.
He played a lot more games.
He had Sid the Kid with a majority of the
and then that
seasons
was
too.
the other side of it was playing for one of the best Pittsburgh Penguins team, in the past 30 years.
I don't know, man. I mean, he still won all those games.
Yeah, but two of those cups, he was a backup.
One.
I give him a
1.5.
Like my rating of Fleury is like 7.5.
Yeah,
He's a
8,
solid
7.5,
goalie.
8. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can get you a cup if he's on a very good team.
And what do you think about Fowler?
Not gonna save the team though.
And now, what Yanni just said, you guys have Fowler in the minors, right?
He's an underdog his
and
entire
he's
career.
supposed to be the guy, apparently. You guys good with him? So you're telling me Montembeault and Fowler, Yanni? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, Primo, look, dude, as much as I would love for this kid to do something, it's not working. Maybe a change of scenery.
I'm actually surprised he didn't get moved this year. There was rumor he was going to Philadelphia where he was.
They weren't going to give him for free.
I think
No,
it's-
not for free,
Yeah,
but-
I think it's fair to say that Jake Allen will go first, obviously. And
Mike,
then-
but they've been saying that for fucking 2
yeah,
years.
yeah, but they'll move him by the deadline for sure. Guaranteed he's out. But the question is right now Primo's playing backup because there's no one else to play backup, right? So until Fowler's ready, he'll be in the 2 slot, and then that's
I
it.
think so too.
The thing about the goalies though is that like for years way back, everyone would just look at goals against and save percentage, right? And that's like, oh, he's got this, he's got that. And it's like now with the stats that they have and the analytics that they have for goalies, you can see the reality. And like Montembeault, the amount of high risk shots this guy faces because the Canadians
gets a beating
allow
every
it
game.
to happen.
Yeah. No, he's a hell of a goalie.
And so it's like his save percentage is like 905 or something, which is pretty good. But under those conditions, it's really good, right?
I'm actually, I agree with you, Danny, when you say you don't need. We talked about this previously. You don't need. I'm not a believer in that $10 million goalie shit. You don't need that. I think that money could be spent on a better defenseman. Let's not even go there. You could get another
Campbell,
No,
Anderson,
sorry.
Samsonov.
Samson's a fucking reet. But
He's,
Hold on,
he's
who
trying to
else?
poke the bear.
Hold on. There's
he
more.
doesn't have to poke the bear.
Mrazek,
It's poked already.
Murray. Dude, come on.
No, you don't
Come
need
on.
it. You don't,
Wall's a good goalie. I'm going to give it to him.
My point is, you don't need a $10 million goalie to go. Like,
Yeah.
look, I'm agreeing with you guys. I don't know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you, like,
Yanni's just trying to poke the bear.
you don't have to poke the bear. The bear
I'm
goes
adding fuel to the
fucking
fire.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the Luongos and all that, right? They never won nothing. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, look, Bobrovsky came pretty damn close. He
Came
did.
close, but
But he
close,
didn't do it.
But you didn't do it exactly.
Yeah. But look, at the end of the day, but now in light of the fact that we're talking about that exact subject, let's look at Edmonton.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. I want to ask everybody their opinion. I know this streak eventually has to end. Obviously, it's going to end.
That's
They're not
okay.
going to win 80 games in a row. I know that.
Wild.
But it would be amazing. Yeah. But the question is this, and each person answer this.
Yeah.
Has Skinner found his game, or is this just a really extended lucky streak for him?
He found
This is
the
the
game last year too, for a while.
But then he
Right.
lost it.
You want me to answer that, Mike? I'll be honest with you. They fired Jay Woodcroft, right?
Best move they ever did.
You think?
Chris Knobloch has
Okay.
turned the team
Okay,
around.
Hold on.
Completely.
Hold on. What changed, Mike? What changed?
The entire system. They're playing team defense.
Yeah.
Team defense. Is that what you think they're doing?
Absolute
Team defense.
team defense.
And you don't think Skinner was playing okay?
Skinner,
Okay.
well, dude, how many episodes have we said you need a goalie? You need a
Yeah,
goalie.
but you don't
need a
think he
goalie?"
was just because is he
Mimmo,
doing anything
you need a
different now?
goalie.
I think that
Facing less hard.
he's facing
shots.
less. The team is rallying around him more. They're playing more team D. He's not just it's not just a shooting gallery anymore on him. So I think that look, Knobloch, since he came in with their 20-6, 21-6,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. This answers that age question. Does coaching matter? Does a system matter? Fuck yeah, because this is proof.
Well, yes and no, because you could.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at the Ottawa Senators. They went
Yeah.
back to one of the greatest coaches of all time,
Yeah, now they're getting rid of their defense.
and nothing,
Yeah.
nothing. So, you could argue both sides of that,
Right. But what I can tell you is that I've been watching every game
Yeah,
of
of
theirs,
course.
and Skinner has made some killer stops.
Exactly.
Like
So
he's in
that's my
the
point.
zone, right? So, but I can understand a lucky streak being 4 games, 5 games, 12 fucking games. That's a long lucky streak.
Mike, you have two of the best players in. You have a guy that plays on that team who, in my lifetime, never seen anybody even close to that. He's incredible. The guy's got, what did he get? 18 points in fucking 5 games or something. Remember? And what I'm trying to say is, Skinner was always there.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, this is my opinion. You asked me my opinion, I'm telling you. They fired Woodcroft, right?
Yeah.
So I think the other guys in that room, the 22, 23 other guys, said, listen, if we don't want to pack our bags and move my kids to another school in another fucking state or another province, let's shape up because we're next. Because now the coach is gone, right? And now who's next?
Yeah.
It's us.
Well,
okay?
I see it a little bit differently. I see it as they bonded as a team finally. And guys like your Ryans and your, I don't know, what's his name, Hyman,
Yeah.
are being key players.
Yeah.
Players that, every line is there for a reason. These guys prove it.
Yeah.
By the way,
Your third,
Mimmo,
fourth lines.
Yeah.
that was, in my opinion, one of the worst mistakes Toronto ever did.
What are you talking about?
Zach Hyman.
Getting rid of Zach Hyman.
Dude, you know what it was, Danny? I'll tell you what it was. They got rid of Zach Hyman because at the time, don't forget, he's playing with fucking McDavid now. It's not the same shit. We had Bunting, who did the exact same thing he did, for $900,000.
And where's he now?
Wouldn't you do it? Be honest. Wouldn't you do it? Forget that I'm the Leaf fan. Like,
Yeah, but if
would you have done if you're running the show? Would you do it? Same thing, same exact thing. $9,900,000.
Hindsight, I'm just saying, in the moment, it was the right decision. But looking back now, being like, what it is that your team is missing in an offensive person, in the sense of, like, first of all, someone to be on the ice when those other guys are not, right?
Oh, okay.
And
So you want to go there, Danny?
And another thing of,
Yeah.
I think Zach Hyman is a playoff guy more than
Yes.
You're right about that.
The thing about Zach Hyman is that he has sandpaper. He does.
A little bit.
He
Yeah,
does.
a little bit. Not-
He does.
No,
But and he proved it in the playoffs. He proved it in the season.
Bunting had more sandpaper.
I know, and he's gone too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Same guy,
Hyman
Mike.
has a lot more skill than Bunting.
Hyman has way more offensive upside.
That fucking guy's got cement hands, but he's still got his 22, 23 goals every year. He's on pace for it again this year.
Yeah.
So,
But I think that I get what you're saying. Like he's
come
got
on, Mike.
that.
If you're the fucking GM,
Yes.
and you have the same what do you call it, 22 goals, 23 goals. So that's all Hyman had, 25 goals.
I understand, but
And one guy wants $9 million.
yeah, but I can tell you this: as an Oilers fan,
Anybody would have done that.
I'm fine with his contract. I'm fine with it.
Okay,
So-
that's cool. But we're talking about, your brother asked me, I think that was one of the big mistakes. Yes and no, because we all would have done that. We've all would have done that move. The same exact goals and the same exact points for fucking $8.5 million less. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know, but it's also and I guess inevitably the conversation's going to go in this direction because it has to, but. Toronto's financial management has been under the microscope. Yeah, but you're talking about the money.
No.
You're talking about the money.
Yes, because I know he's talking about we lost Hyman. The money, yes, if you want, the money has nothing to do with it. Zero to do with it because the point production is the same, so it doesn't matter.
So, is it fair to say that Hyman is like Edmonton's Kunitz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because he's playing. Okay, Danny, if he would have got traded to fucking Arizona,
Yeah.
would you think Hyman would have 26 goals? No.
You guys have those guys. You have the superstars.
See?
Yeah, you have the superstars.
You see? Okay, now you got me started, okay?
Yeah.
You guys everybody thinks we have these guys. We
What do you
don't
mean? You
have
have
these
Austin
guys.
Matthews.
Yes, we have Austin Matthews.
You have
and that's
Willie.
it. And that's it.
Dude.
And no, Willie's not fucking McDavid. Willie's
He's
not
not.
McDavid. Not even close.
But there's only one McDavid.
That's right. That's right.
Matthews
That's
isn't McDavid either,
right. No, but he scores 60 goals a year.
but he's not McDavid.
No, he's not, but he scores 60 goals a year. It's more than him. So you want me to get there? I'll get you there, okay? Let me tell you something, okay? It's like what your brother said before. We're going to talk about the Leafs now. We're going to talk about the Leafs, okay? The problem is this, okay? 7 down, right? Top 6, 7 down, including the 2 fucking goalies, okay? There is nothing. Zero. You understand me?
Well, yeah.
I don't understand.
And how long?
Can you clarify?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it clarify. Right across your forehead, I'm gonna clarify. Okay, 7 down. They have nothing, Mike. Zero. Every other team in the league. Arizona, fucking Ottawa, Montreal, whatever, okay? Even Montreal, if I tell you, on the fourth line, whatever, they have fucking Michael Pezzetta. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
As scrap as he is, or whatever the hell you want to call it, okay? You know he's there. Name me a guy on the fourth line on the fucking Leafs, Mike. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah. Okay? There's nothing there. Don't give me your fucking Jan Crooks and Kampf and fucking McMahon. And Robertson is ending up to be Michael McCarron of Montreal. Dude, it's 4 years he's fucking there. Sorry, of Toronto. Yeah. It's 4 years there. If you haven't figured out that he can't play, give it up, man.
Don't you have hometown boy Max Domi down there?
Okay, so you know what? Honestly, Danny, I thought he would... Remember, I even said on the podcast, I really thought hometown, his father played for the team. He always wanted to play for the Leafs. I thought it was going to be a little, you know... He's... Out of the 4 that they signed this summer, he's the one that's the most, you know... I mean, he's got... I don't know, what, 18 and 19 assists. It's not bad. He's got 4 goals. It kind of sucks. Yeah, but for him, what the fuck more did you expect? What more did you expect? Reeves, you traded away Lafferty. They got fucking Reeves to make money for Reeves, right? He played, 5 games? He got busted. And you're never going to see him again. You know that.
No,
you're never going to see him again.
Totally. When I saw that happen, this is like... I felt like that trade was done purely for, like...
It was a signing. Yeah, it wasn't a trade.
To show, like, look, the Leafs are...
We can get tough.
We got a tough guy. Just like, this guy is not a hockey
I was happy
player.
when they had him. I was happy when they got him. I really was. When the 3 year, I thought it was a bit stupid, but you know, whatever. But Klingberg, he's hurt.
Yeah,
he's hurt. They took a shot at it. He's hurt. What are you gonna do? The guy's never gonna play hockey again.
And Bertuzzi's laying an egg.
Bertuzzi, that's fucking Christ. I'm telling you, if he was here, I'd fucking choke him. Okay, dude, did you forget how to play hockey, man?
Yeah.
You see him out there.
Yeah.
Somebody give him a fucking GPS because he's lost. Dude, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's lost. Brody forgot how to play hockey. Morgan Riley, he's supposed to be a number 1. Dude, you know what, man? If nobody's going to tell you, hey, Morgan Riley, I'm going to tell you. You're not a fucking number 1. You know what a number 1 is? Victor Hedman. That's a number 1. Kill McCarr. That's a fucking number 1. You understand what I'm saying? A number 1 is not in the back of the other team's net 40 minutes a fucking night. Okay? And then, Morgan Riley didn't get back. Really? What the fuck were you doing down there? Right? But seriously, it's elementary, man. I'm telling you. I understand you guys. You think, it's because... I'm sorry?
Every year, Morgan Riley gets, like, a ton of points. And, like, but then he, like... probably, I don't know the stats, but he's probably like a -10 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
probably. Okay, but that, you know what? I always said it then. That plus-minus stat to me is garbage because he's on the ice against the other team's best players. What the fuck do you expect? Eric Carlson was like -30. You know what? Yeah. So what? You know what I mean? So, like, does it make a difference?
The plus-minus is gonna
it's a stupid stat, in my opinion.
My point is, he's not a great defensive player.
No, he's not. I've been saying that for years. Look, you know, and then... They've won 4 of the last 15 games, the Leafs have, okay? They beat Anaheim, they beat Columbus, and they beat fucking San Jose twice. And that fucking punk 16 2 nights ago after they lost again, after they were winning 3-0 to Colorado, and they lost in regulation, no less. Okay? You're winning 3-0, they can't put a fucking game away. I don't know. How many fucking goals do you need to put a team away? How many? Well, you want to start with like a touchdown?
More than 4.
Sorry?
More than 4 if you're the Leafs.
Okay, and then he goes on the fucking TV. Somebody asks him whatever, and he says, we're an amazing team. Hand to Christ. May God kill me right now if I'm lying to you. If I was in that fucking room, I would have slapped him so hard like his father should have slapped him when he was a kid. Okay? You're amazing. You're an amazing team. Buddy, I got news for you. 1, go get your fucking eyes checked. Okay? 2, throw a fucking body check. You haven't fucking thrown a body check since you got into the league. Okay? You pussy. That's what he is. He's a fucking pussy.
I think he would hurt himself if he threw a body check.
Yeah, exactly. No, Danny, you're right. But you're right. Okay? And they talk about we're 1 player away. You're 1 player away. On what fucking planet are you 1 player away? What fucking planet are you 1 player away? Dude, 7 down, you have nothing. 0. Mike, you remember a couple of years ago, before we had the podcast, I told you, remember you had asked me, at the time, there was Shea Weber here. There was whatever, all the defensemen that you guys here. And you said, would you swap the whole back end? Remember with Toronto? Remember when you asked me that?
I think I was here for that too.
And we had Jake Muzzin at the time, whatever, right? Yeah. And I said to you, like this. I would do it right now, and we'd have a cup. Yes or no?
I remember you said that, yes.
Okay? You asked me that, and I told you, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, man, somebody's got to fucking say it. Enough of this shit and it's fucking prancing around. And you know what? Now, they're going to Calgary tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to get fucking hammered. Okay? It's Treliving's first time back in Calgary.
Yeah.
They got Calgary tonight. They got Vancouver on Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Seattle on Sunday.
Who's getting fired?
All of them. They should all fucking, okay? Seattle on Sunday. And then they got Winnipeg back-to-back. Home and
What's
home.
funny though, it's funny is that if they keep tanking, they will end up firing Sheldon Keefe, and it's
Of
like,
course,
it's
but
not
then you
his
can't
fault.
fire. It's not his fault. That fucking idiot upstairs, that Shanahan plan. What is it? It's on his 9th year, 9th year. Dude, it doesn't work,
That is
man.
Obamacare, bro.
You know, it's like taking a European plug and trying to plug it in here. Dude, it doesn't go in.
You know what I equate the Leafs to? It's like because we're all most
Garbage.
musicians here. You can create a band where you're like, I'm gonna take Steve Vai on guitar, and I'm gonna take Terry Bozzio on drums, and I'm
That's
gonna
right.
take all these guys, ridiculous, the most technical, superior players you can find, and just be like, now we're a band, make a song, and it's like the song's gonna
Duh.
suck.
Exactly.
It's gonna fucking suck.
You're absolutely right, Danny. You are absolutely right. It's just, it boggles my mind because the players themselves, they say, oh, I'm telling you, that idiot, oh, we're an amazing team. Oh my God. You're insulting your fan base, yes or no? You agree with that?
Yeah.
You're insulting the fucking fan base, okay? And now, here's my question, Danny, okay? I have a friend of mine, Gabby, very smart guy, and he asked me something. Maybe, just maybe, winning the Stanley Cup is not the priority. What do you think of that?
You think they're just trying to make money, essentially?
Danny, I told you, I'm older than you guys, okay? I remember
Harold
Ballard
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
as long as we have asses in the seats,
I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's a lot
maybe-
of owners who see it that way.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
In professional
It's a
sports.
smart question. You know, he said, what if it's not the priority?
Well, yeah, I was
It all
going to comment on.
It
Yeah,
all
go ahead.
depends on if the owners actually have say in the GMs, or the GMs truly do make their own decisions.
Something like this.
Because I don't think that the GMs that have worked for you are doing that. I
Yeah.
don't think they're those guys.
So here's the thing. I think straight up, the biggest problem that and no one's talking about this, right? You know the teams that win cups, okay? You know what they have. Whether we want to, whatever, they have motivated owners. Okay,
That guy in Vegas, Mike, you're
a
absolutely right.
motivated owner. He wants to win. He wants to go to his party with his billionaire friends and say, "I won a championship."
He said he was going to fucking do it, and he did it,
Exactly.
Mike. You're right.
But my point is,
You're absolutely right.
like Jeremy Jacobs in Boston is a motivated owner. Jeff Molson is kind of a motivated owner.
Yeah, to sell his beer.
No, but he's motivated. He's motivated. Because half the Bell Center is empty when they lose. So what's his name in Edmonton? Cates. He's motivated. There are motivated owners. Your team doesn't have an owner.
No, they don't have an
They're
owner.
owned by MLSE.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right away, before you even look at Shanahan,
Exactly.
before you look at Keefe, before you look at Treliving, all these guys,
believe
forget it. The fish stinks from the head down.
That's right. I agree.
And if you have a bunch of corporate board members who probably don't even watch hockey,
Probably don't, exactly.
how are they going to be motivated to do anything except count the bean counters and make sure everything's in the black?
That's why I'm asking.
However, what is, I mean, in professional sports, what is the most financial gain there is?
The gate.
Going all the way. If
Yeah.
the Leafs did
Yeah, because
go
in the
all
playoffs,
way,
you get it all. Exactly. You don't play the players. Yeah.
Plus the
mean-
corporate sponsorships. Yeah.
and the TV money and
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah.
amplified. Everything. And
Absolutely.
then it's amplified for a year or two after that because the hype's all there. We're the champions.
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
you're saying that it's just for the money, that they're not winning, it's like that doesn't exactly work.
Right.
I have to question, Danny. I have to question if it's really a priority for them to win. Because, listen, we all know what they fucking need. We all know what they've been needing for the last 10 years. Man.
Yeah.
They have no goalie. They have no D. They have no third and fourth line. Zero. So if Mimmo and Mike and Yanni and Danny can see it here, what, fucking Shanahan doesn't see it in the arena?
But he does. But
What are you, stupid?
yeah, but here's the thing.
Think about the line. Take the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And make the line of name, because there's your core four and all these guys and Morgan Riley have been there forever.
Yeah.
But the friggin' line of fucking names of stars
came through.
Exactly. Exactly. How can you make a team when you have to fucking every day is a different guy? You're right, Danny.
Dude, they couldn't even hold on to
those
Justin
bottom
Hall.
6 right now
Listen.
are awful, but last year, the year before, you had fucking
Better
Ryan
bottom
O'Reilly and Joe Thornton and all these guys coming through, and it's just like,
Yeah, but they were there for half an hour. Ryan O'Reilly's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Why? I want to go to a cup contender. Maybe he was right all along. Maybe he was right all along. He's in that fucking room. He knows that.
Well, he has a ring. He knows what it is
Yeah,
to win.
no, but I'm saying, like, when he was in Toronto, he goes, I want to get closer to a cup. And he went to fucking Nashville. Nashville. And you know what? Maybe the fucking guy was right all along.
Maybe.
Maybe he saw something in that room and was like, these guys are now. Because I'm telling you, Mike, you can't win with guys like that.
But I'm telling you,
if he wasn't there last year, you guys would have been out in the first round.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It just fucking boggles my mind, man. You know, I mean, if I'm putting on that jersey, and I've been a fan all my life, Danny, almost 50 years, okay? I've been a fan my whole life. You put on that jersey, and then there's a team that's been in the league for 7 years and already lifted the cup.
Isn't that sad?
It's fucking sad. You've been in the league for 107 years. You can't do it.
I mean,
Come on.
I would've just when after we beat you in the playoffs, which was, you know, obviously an upset of an upset. It's like,
the pandemic.
I would have hung
yes.
it up right there. Like, that is just the biggest insults. Like,
It is, but you're right. You're right. I can't even look. I called it like it is, man. Okay, and you can tell. Listen, look behind me. I'm a fanatic. I love them. I love watching them. Whatever. But I also call it like it is, dude. Like I said before, if we see the problem, you're telling me they don't see it? Is it because you can't make the move? Is it because people don't want to deal with the team?
I think it really has to do with the administration. And I'm going to tell you because you know where the proof is in that pudding? It's not even this year. Let's go back, like, I want to say about 7-8 years, give or take, right?
Matthews first.
No. When they offered Scotty Bowman the job,
That was before that.
it was about a decade max, and he turned it down. Now, Scotty Bowman, I think everybody in this podcast can agree, and everyone listening, I'm sure, will agree as well. If there's a man in this entire sport that knows what it takes to win a championship, it's that man.
He's the Belichick of the NHL.
Yeah,
For sure.
Absolutely.
yeah.
If he walked into that situation, that interview, that discussion, that meeting, whatever it was, and he walked out there and said, thanks, but no thanks, he could read the writing on the walls. And at that time, a lot of these guys weren't there. So he was dealing with whoever's running the show over there.
That's what I'm saying.
And that
Maybe that's not the priority. You're right.
And that MLSE group, to me, does not strike me as anybody that's, even if they're not, they care about money, but they don't seem like they're very passionate about the game. They don't seem like they have any, guys like Jeremy Jacobs, as much as we don't like him, he gets pissed off when they lose. He takes it personally.
Yeah.
And that comes down to the GM, which then comes down to the coach, which then comes down to the players. All that sentiment moves its way down in the organization. That's why Lou Lamoriello didn't stick around. That's why. Because Lou Lamoriello's used to winning.
Well,
you know?
It was a little bit different with Lamoriello because they knew he was getting out. They were pushing him out because of this bonehead that was coming.
And who was making that decision? MLSE.
Well, Shani.
But they were apparently they wanted to give the offer to Scotty, and they know what Scotty does.
Scotty's
So what
all.
was- So
Scott-
they were basically they said, "How do you win? Oh, let's get the winningest guy in history." So
Then
it seemed like if they were, I know, and he made the decision because he's like, it's not worth all this bullshit of this market and everything else associated to it. I'm not going to enjoy myself here. I'm not doing this shit for the last little kick of my life.
They've tried everything.
It's just, it's so embarrassing.
Has he worked since then in
No,
hockey?
he's very elderly now.
Well, he's almost 90 now, right?
Yeah.
So he
Not-
probably
But I mean-
was like, this shit's gonna give me a heart attack if I take this job.
What's the point?
But
Exactly.
the thing is, this man has won Stanley Cups in 3. Now, and just never mind the other teams. 3 original 6 markets: Detroit, Montreal, Chicago. 3 original 6. He doesn't care about the pressure of a big market, but what I think he does do is he can smell a winner,
Of course.
and he can smell a loser, and he is like, I'm not going to attach my name to a team that won't win.
I just think, Mike,
You know?
it's so insulting to the fan base. It's how do you say? It's I've been there to watch games and whatever. It's disgusting. Like, you have more fucking fun at church. You know what I mean? Like, it's rotten. Nobody
You know what,
cares.
I see them at like because of their pressure of everything and the pressure on them and all, they often are, okay, this is the new plan. Okay, this is the new, and they're like, oh, we're now, this is this era, and we're gonna go in this, and it's just like, it's not like calm. It's always reactive. So
That's
they're
right.
Never,
And you're right, Danny. When you make a move on a reaction, it's always the wrong move.
yeah. Oh, we're not tough enough. We have to get these 4 tough guys to come in. Oh, you know what? It's just always like, oh, like all the time because the fans are like, fucking do something.
Guys, I have one last question before, and then we'll move on from the fucking Leafs because they make me sick, and I gotta go watch them after. No, just kidding. Okay, can you imagine if they weren't gonna pick up Martin Jones? just close your eyes and picture that.
They'd be in the lottery.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine? It would be that fucking David Aries guy again.
Yeah.
That Zamboni fuck. All over again. No, honestly, all joking aside, can you imagine if they didn't sign Martin Jones?
You guys would be screwed.
Oh my God.
Rotten.
Can you fucking imagine that?
Yeah, I know. It's
It's this, and I'm telling you tonight, I'm calling it right now. They're going to get fucking trashed tonight.
Looks
Okay.
like we're currently getting hammered 4-1 by the Senators.
The Senators, really? Oh, well.
I think the Senators are angry from losing so much.
You know what, Danny? Okay, we're gonna I don't want to talk to the Leafs no more. Okay, we called it here on this podcast. We all said that the Senators were gonna make a nice jump this year because of Korpisalo. Remember?
They didn't.
Yeah.
Man,
Because of
oh
a
man,
few
they,
things, because their kids are becoming developed now, like Batherson
Yeah.
and all these kids, Norris, and it's like
and
I think
Stützle
everyone
and
thought they
Brady.
were. Everyone said Ottawa is in Canada, of the Canada down teams, is the next up kind of thing. They're coming back.
Yeah.
It's like whoops.
Yeah.
Not
well.
quite.
So Danny, I don't know if you saw. I think you did, but I'm not sure. We had Bobby Ryan on here a couple episodes back. So Bobby was a recent senator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he currently has a podcast called Coming In Hot.
Coming in hot. That's
Yeah,
right.
and
With Jason York and
Wallace.
Brent Wallace.
Brent Wallace from
yes.
TSN, and they cover the Senators. That's what they do. So we talked to Bobby at great length about the Senators. And I said this the last episode to Simon, and I'll say it again. He said a line that to me absolutely 100% sums up the Senators. And if anybody's going to know, it's a guy that was just recently on the team and was
played
there,
for them,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
He said, they're a great team, a collection of great young players, but they have no identity. And I was like, fuck, that's
Speaks volumes.
absolutely correct. They're a collection of amazing parts that just can't get together.
Maybe it's like what you said before, Mike. Maybe they need the guy to put them together. Danny, what do you think?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Guys like Stützle and these guys, it's like he's skilled, you know.
Yeah. So
What? Yeah, I don't. I feel like with Ottawa, I can only name like 5 or 6 guys, and then I kind of lose count of like who is on that team exactly anymore. But I mean, I guess they also randomly, it's like they're supposed to be this young rebuild team, but they picked up Tarasenko and Giroux and these guys, and it's like, what do you do? I guess to flip them at some point, but they didn't flip them. Like
it's like your brother says. Your brother says you can't always have young punks too, right? You need.
That's it.
But okay, explain something else, guys. What's going on in fucking Winnipeg?
Well.
Pierre-Luc
tell you what's
Dubois.
Injuries off the
Pierre-Luc
fucking
Dubois
wazoo.
is friggin' happening. Do you know?
Yeah.
I looked at this the other day.
Here we go.
The 2 guys that they got, Iafallo and
Velarde.
Velarde.
both of them each individually have more points than him, and they play
Yep.
less minutes.
Yep. Danny, I said this last week when we had Simon. Correct me if I'm wrong. We were talking about them at the beginning of the year. Scheifele wanted out. Hellebuck wanted out, right?
Makes no sense.
And I'm like, what the
Wheeler
fuck's going
left.
on? Wheeler left. What the fuck's going on? Something's going on there. And the coach had quit on them. Remember, Paul Maurice had left. What the hell? Anyway, they make this trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois. They got those 3 kids back, okay? Which I think jump-started them 2 fucking years, okay?
Maybe more.
Maybe even more, okay? That other Salam is not doing nothing out there, right?
Yeah, 17 points on the
17
fourth line.
fucking points on the 4th line.
In Los Angeles.
Okay,
Which has
and
a
even
pretty
them,
deep team.
they're even what's the name? Doughty a couple days ago on the news is like he was getting into it. He's like, "Fuck, we suck tonight." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not doing very well.
Now
But
they're going for it. Like they have a shot at it, and they even got a second round pick from that trade that they can flip for more people.
I know. But the Winnipeg, going back to the
crazy.
Winnipeg thing, okay?
Yeah.
Look, Ehlers was hurt. Connors was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Kyle Connor was hurt.
Kyle Connor, what a player.
And they were still flying.
Yeah.
They're still, and now they lost Shifley.
Yeah. But the thing is that, but they're deep. And it's like you said, like, you know, it's very rare that we see in the like, we see these trades, and sometimes you're like, oh, that's an even trade. And sometimes, wow, one team fleeced the other. And
We called it, though.
But every year we see various examples
Yes.
of these trades, right? This trade that happened here, in my opinion, Kevin Cheveldayoff deserves
Yes.
GM of the year
Twice.
because
2 times.
he literally, in one day, rebuilt his team.
Yes. So that, see, Mike, so it can be done.
And to not, and people are forgetting the trickle effect, because after he did that trade, Shifley and Hellebuck were like, "We'll stick around." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because the week before,
Was
they're
that
like, "Get the
before
fuck
or
outta
after,
here."
though? Was that
What?
before or after
Do
that they
that
signed?
After.
Was it?
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, this guy's gone, and we got these kids. Yeah, now it's worth staying."
Okay, now we'll stick around.
And before that, they were threatening to leave. So
They went from what we thought weren't even going to make the playoffs,
to like top.
and Vancouver.
Yeah. What were you to say, Danny?
I think the other side of it is that mixed with that Ehlers is having a career year, right?
Yeah.
And Hellebuck, everyone knows Hellebuck's a very good goalie. He's one of the top goalies in the league, but he is
Absolutely.
having his Carey Price year right now. He is in the fucking zone. So it's like he is having, you know, the clearly Vezina type year, but, you know, heart level friggin' goalie year. So it's like all the things happen at once, all together at the same time.
When the stars are all aligned, man, you're right, Danny. You're right. When the stars align,
We'll see in the playoffs. I mean,
We all
do
come-
have
you know,
a lot of the right guys sometimes for playoffs hockey, so it should work. I don't know, but
Well, I think it's going to be a good year for Canadian hockey, just in the sense that in the West, 3 teams are legit
Flying.
contenders right now.
Flying.
3.
What could we say about the East?
What are the chances? I was just going to say about. I think there's a very high chance, not obviously not 100%, but I would be willing to put a bit of money on the fact that from the West,
Canadian.
barring Vegas and Colorado, there's going to be a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup final.
hey, you know what?
You know what I mean?
From your lips to God's ear, I hope to God.
my prediction: Vancouver first round exit.
Whoa.
I think it's a
Whoa.
thing. It's not. It's
Is
not
that
reality.
right, Danny?
I think so. I don't.
You think they're like they're playing over their heads right now,
Remember
or
the year that Montreal was first in the division or first in the East randomly with like Pacioretty and these guys, and it was like
booted?
it's not
Like
I
the
don't think
Bruins
it's
Bruins last year. Remember the Bruins last year?
That's a real fucking team.
Yeah, but they got booted out first.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
They got the best season in
They also
hockey
ran
ever.
into Bobrovsky.
Sorry.
They also ran into Bobrovsky.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying they have the best season ever in hockey.
That's a team that, for the past 20 years, it's just like, even this year, everyone's like, well, that's it. That's
Danny,
it.
I said it. I said I don't know how they're gonna do it with Morgan Geeky, and I don't even fucking remember his name. There you go. Okay, and look at them. They proved me wrong again. And I don't know if Paskey's listening or he's gonna be listening or if he's coming on or I don't know whatever. But oh man, I'm the one that said. I said no. There's no way. I said they were gonna be out, and I thought Detroit, Ottawa, or Buffalo were gonna sneak in. I really thought they were gonna sneak in. Now Detroit passed us yesterday. We're the first
Wild card.
Wild card. If they lose after this weekend, okay, after these next 5 games, they were talking about they're going to be buyers. What are you buying? What the fuck are you buying?
With what cap space?
What are you buying?
Yeah.
Are they going to be buyers or sellers? They should be fucking Al Qaeda and blow it up. That's what you should be.
Oh my god.
That's what you should fucking be.
Yeah. No.
Buying. What the fuck? What are you buying? What the fuck are you buying? What are you buying?
But speaking of winners, like you're saying about Scotty Bowman or whatever, Steve Yzerman is a fucking winner, and
Genius.
like just over and over, and it's just you could see it in the next 5 years of hockey. Detroit's going to be in the mix.
You're right. You're right, and
They're
you're
gonna be
absolutely right.
there. It's like,
You're right.
welcome back, to Hockey Town. It's time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Look, guys like that. Look
But-
at Sakic. Look at Joe Sakic.
It's not only that, but people want to go play there, man.
Of course, they want to go
Look
play.
at the Brinket.
Yanni, because you want to play for a winning culture,
organization,
you know what I mean?
winning culture. Yeah, exactly.
You know what it is with the again? We're gonna go back to these fucking Leafs. I think it's because everybody that goes there saying, "Okay, well, I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna change it. I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna change it." You're not changing that. First of all, one guy doesn't change anything, right? You can't win by yourself. Ask Gretzky when he went to fucking St. Louis, when he went to New York. You don't win. When LA, you don't win by yourself. You don't win. You need a team, okay? And when there's a winning
Gretzky.
culture. Yeah, exactly. When there's a winning culture, Yanni, yes, of course you want to go there. Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you want to go there? Look, we're going to go back to the Habs, okay? With Kent Hughes and Gordon, okay?
Yeah.
Apparently, the environment is incredible. People are asking to come here when just recently, 10, 15 years ago, dude, everybody wanted to fucking high out of here. Get out of here.
Well, let's I know we're circling back to the Habs, and that's fine. Let's talk about that really quickly. We've talked at length about the fact that Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon have a good eye for talent because he was a scout, and Jeff Gordon's already rebuilt 2 teams, and he's done rebuilds successfully. He knows what's up, and that's all very true. But I think the most important thing that's going on in the Habs organization now is that they're doing things for the right reasons.
I think they're sticking to the plan.
Yeah, but they're sticking to the plan, but they're also not afraid to maneuver as they go. Like, okay, we have to adapt. They're not going to win the cup next year. I agree. But what they are doing is, for the first time that I can remember since maybe the Pat Burns era or way back then, the Montreal Canadiens top office seems like somebody whose intention, whether they succeed with it or not, is actually to build a winning team.
Of course. That's what I was just telling Yanni.
As opposed to building things for political reasons,
exactly,
or building things for
asses in the seats,
or to please certain members of the press. Like, it's like, for once it seems like
legit.
Bob Gainey was he tried that and they got rid of him before he had a chance to fix it. But now this new organization, like, these guys don't care about all that stuff. They're like, hey man, we've already done this before. We're going to do this again. Just let us do our thing.
That's what I was telling Yanni.
Yeah.
And when it's like that, people, they tend to, navigate towards you. You want to play for a team like that, Yanni. When you know that your owner's
agree.
in on it and the players are in on it and everybody's fucking...
That goes back to what I was saying from MLSE, right? It's from the head down. So when there's that kind of a culture at the top, naturally that's going to trickle down to the locker room.
Yeah.
Naturally.
You're
And then into the
absolutely
seats and
right.
the fans.
Mike, you are absolutely... I can't
Another-
even defend that.
Yeah,
I can't
but
defend that.
Another factor of, I think, why some players are seeming like they'd like to come and play for the team is St. Louis too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Again, Danny, but that's their decision. They got him there, right?
The only
and a lot of
thing.
people will be like, "Well, he's never really coached. Are you crazy?" It's like, no, they can see it. And also, I didn't know this before. Like, I didn't know, but I've since learned that St. Louis, his whole career, was a super analyst student of the game and was constantly always analyzing
right.
every
That's
little
right.
aspect.
He's
that
a
kinda
Stevie
guy.
Y. He's a Joe Sakic. Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys that know the game and that study it in a different way. That's what we were talking about last time, guys. When you play it a certain way. I remember I gave you this example. When I watch soccer, my friends make fun of me. What the fuck you watch that boring? Dude, I played it for 40 years, okay? I watch it differently. To me, it's a chess game.
Chess.
Okay? And it's like, that's what Marty St. Louis does. And that's what guys like Steve Yzerman do. And that's what Joe Sakic does. And they're on and like there's guys that should be running teams that are not. And then you get overpaid bubbleheads like fucking Dubas that destroy everything.
And it's a kind of an opposite philosophy that goes on with guys that win. Like, for instance, we talked about Scotty Bowman, and I'm sorry, Yanni, I'll let you in a sec. Just Scotty Bowman, I've heard stories. I watch Ken Dryden talk about this in interviews. I watch other guys talk about this in interviews. When they would, so the way the Canadian, back then anyways, first of all, he didn't let the press in the locker room. They were not allowed, period.
Smart
These
man.
locker room interviews didn't happen.
Apparently
They
now
were-
you have to. It's part of the CBA.
But he
or
was
whatever.
like, not on my watch, you know what I mean? So, but another thing he did, and I saw this, is that when they'd win, he'd give them shit. And when they'd lose,
Good game, boys. Good
he would say, you guys were great. and that
Reverse
was
psychology.
And they would be sitting there going like, we just won 8-2, and he's yelling at us. You know what I mean? But then we lose 5-1, and he's like, fantastic game, guys.
Yeah.
This is a guy who understands psychology and how to reach people on a certain level to keep them motivated.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, that would not work in today's NHL.
No, with these pansies of today, forget it. Are you fucking kidding me? Go ahead, Danny. What?
Scotty Bowman, though, even though it's like he's not known as a hothead coach or GM, he's not the exploder type.
No,
he's very calm, cool, collected, and like
that's right,
analytical,
intelligent.
And basically, you can't. The reason why I think people respected him is because basically he was always right.
Yeah.
So it's like every time you questioned him, probably turned out that he was right.
He was right, and you were exactly
questioning after a while.
You're right. You're right.
Because this guy fucking knows everything about hockey. It seems.
You're right, and then you're right.
All the best GMs, all the best, really truly best coaches that have ever been, are not the Don Cherry type, coach. They're
you need to
super,
chill.
Like this, like John Cooper's like that too.
Brenda
all these
Moore.
guys that are really good, they're just like they don't get
chill.
Yeah,
chill. Yeah. And you're absolutely right. Just before we go, you said it wouldn't work in today's hockey. I totally agree with that. There's no way in fucking hell that works.
The only other thing I see that maybe this management is doing wrong is we've stockpiled all these defensemen. We've stockpiled goalies. Clearly, we have fucking 3
that's
right now.
That's a good problem, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't need it right now.
Yeah, but
okay, and by holding on to this, like holding on to guys like Logan Mailloux, Jack Eye, all these guys just sitting there.
Yeah, but maybe there's a
I don't see
there's a method
man.
to his madness. You know, maybe there's a.
How did Vegas build their team? Remember the draft?
Well,
they took tons of defensemen.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. They took everything.
I could understand that.
18 defensemen because they knew.
And then you make your move exactly.
Yeah.
And then you just keep switching
Look,
like fucking hockey cards.
I hope he knows what he's doing, the guy.
He does know what he's doing. That listen, I wish I had them two running the fucking show in Toronto. Sure. Okay.
Look, and ultimately they're going to move a few defensemen because you only have 6 roster spots plus 1 guy in the press box, 7. Yeah. So if you have 10 or 11 high-end D prospects, obviously some of them are going to move.
Especially when you can get a great asset for it.
Right. So, and I think that is to come. But I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah.
And I think there's still a few bad contracts that end at the end of this year.
But they didn't sign those.
No, but I'm saying when Dvorak ends, when David Savard ends, when these contracts, Joel Armia, when they all go off the books at the end of this season, now you have so much more money to play with.
I agree.
And you have assets to move.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're totally right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I personally hope they keep Logan Mailloux. He's one of the ones I hope they keep because
he's going to be good.
You have all these back end guys, but he's one of the only ones that I could see being tough while playing.
He's going to be a good
Wasn't
player.
he just player of the week in the
AHL?
In the AHL?
He's picked for the All-Star game from the Rockets.
Oh, so then maybe that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was player of the week or whatever.
He's the pick for the All-Stars. So, I'm hoping that Hudson and Mailloux make it to our team. That's like on the back with Gooley, and I think Barron's going to get traded as an asset.
Your brother said Harris.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I'd like Barron to stick around.
I'm just saying in terms of value that what you can get.
Yeah.
Like he's proven that he can play.
Yeah, I'll go on record. I think Harris is probably going to be an odd man out. Yeah. And I also, if you want a guy that has trade value, trade chip value, Barron, he has value.
Reinbacher, man.
David Reinbacher. That's the trade. That's the trade.
Hey, there was a rumor that it was going to be him for Zegras, one for one.
I wouldn't make that trade.
I would not get Zegras, period. No
there we go.
Danny, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Where there's smoke, there's fucking fire, okay? That kid's a shit disturber. He's a shit disturber. You don't want him in your room.
That guy is Subban times 10. With a way less upside.
He's fucking right.
TK Subban's actually useful, It's like,
he's fucking right. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there's fire. And this kid, man, everywhere, but he did this, but he did that. And it's always everybody else's fault. Really?
I still think, though, that if I am Kent Hughes and if I really want to get a big chip player, whether it's...
How big is he?
No, but whether it's Zegras or somebody else...
Oh, yeah.
David Reinbacher is going to be a big part of that trade.
Okay, Mike, before we go, okay? You know who's available next year?
Who?
Reinhardt.
Sam Reinhardt.
Do you offer a couple of those young punks to Florida?
Nope. I wouldn't take him.
You don't think he does that here in Montreal?
No, because he hasn't done it in other places. So what makes you believe?
Dude, he's got 30. He's 2 goals behind Austin Matthews.
Yeah, but look where he's playing.
Florida.
He's playing with a great team.
Dude, look at Huberdeau.
But at the same time, like
How about Pedersen?
What's the number one thing the Habs need? Goals.
Goals. How about Pedersen? What's his
Pedersen, I
name?
could see
Simon
that.
Salikas last week was saying I'd offer him an offer sheet. I'd throw him an offer sheet.
Well,
That's fuck.
I mean, you don't get players like that often.
No, you don't think, Danny?
no, I'm saying Pedersen is, of course, it's a top.
Would you do it?
fucking
But
10 in
an
the
off-
league, in my opinion.
would you
Like,
would you offer sheet him?
Would you offer sheet him?
it doesn't work.
Well, it works if you do it right, not like that fucking banana that you guys had here. What's his name? He offers fucking Aho. Yeah, bro, I'll give you 30 cents on a sandwich. The other guy's like, I'll give you 2 sandwiches. Stay here. You know what I mean? Like you
And
fucking
then they went
dummy.
and got KK the year.
Isn't the whole? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Offer
Isn't the whole
sheets
point?
work.
If you handcuff the other team,
Yeah, but not on the top. Like, it worked on us with fucking Finnish kid boy there. What's his name? Kotkaniemi, because he's not. Who cares? Let him go. Like,
no, but
when you're talking
when
about Pedersen, it's like they're not letting him go.
no, but my example was when Bergevin offer sheeted Aho in Carolina.
I know.
And he offered him fucking $6 million. And what's his name? Carmanos at the time, whatever
He
his fucking
laughed.
name was. He's like, yeah,
That's it?
okay. Guy goes, well, I'm not leaving unless you give me $6 million. Okay, bro, go sit down. I'll even give you a sandwich. Don't worry about it. Sit down.
But-
You're getting that money. If you're gonna do that, you have to handcuff the other team. Offer him fucking $8 million, right?
9,
So
yeah.
or 9.
But then you're
so,
stuck paying that if not.
so what? It's fucking Sebastian Aho.
You would pay that for Sebastian
Yes. Are you kidding me? Compared to all these bananas you have here?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
But it depends. I don't know.
Listen, when it comes to Pedersen, if you wanted to properly do an offer sheet to him, you'd literally have to be $12 million.
Yes. Okay. So he's
Yeah.
legit. He's legit.
You'd
12
have
million.
you'd have to
Mike.
but you'd have to make sure that Vancouver didn't have that money. That's the whole thing.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to handcuff the other team. If you know he's got a $14 million fucking cap space, you're not going to go there and offer the guy 8,
no.
right?
You
The
go
guy's going to say,
15.
all right, bro, come. I even have pocket change after. We'll buy you hot dogs after. Don't worry about it. Come here.
Not that loaded up on money. Like,
Yeah.
No, but that's what my point is. If you're going to do that offer sheet, you have to handcuff the other team. You have to. Or it makes 0 sense. Shut your mouth, fucking sit down, keep your money.
well, it could happen in the sense that if Vancouver goes all in, picking up a bunch
This year.
of contracts to,
Right, yeah,
right
yeah.
before,
Yeah.
then they are like this, and then they totally tank in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
which you
And-
called.
Yeah, it's like potentially,
Okay.
but I don't know. I just don't know if Pedersen would. I don't know.
I don't know.
He'd have to really be unhappy there. Really unhappy to do it.
Well, he's restricted. He's restricted. The other guy's unrestricted. Reinhardt is unrestricted, and I think Pedersen is restricted. So
I
How
don't think
old
I'd
is
touch
Reinhardt?
Reinhardt.
Like 30?
I'm not sure.
28 maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I feel like he's at like Max Domi age group.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to check. I'm not sure.
Okay, I might sound like crazy, but I feel like Sam Reinhart coming to Montreal would be like Scott Gomez 2.0.
Whoa.
All
Scott,
right.
fuck. There's a name I haven't heard in
Yeah.
fucking.
It is.
ever.
I
bad.
really
Actually,
feel that.
It is bad that he's
Scott.
having this. Yeah, I didn't think about it that he's having this kind of year because then he's going to be like, well, I
it's his
got
last year.
45 goals this year.
That's right. That's it. A lot of
Yeah.
guys do.
I won $10 million.
A lot of guys.
Yeah.
But you know what, Mike? You were talking about $12 million. Starting next year, dude, they're all gonna be making $12 million. Everybody's gonna have fucking players making $12 million. That's what it is.
I have a last thought before we end.
Yes.
And this is just, this is just
Leafs fucking suck.
Well,
Yes.
fine. Well, we all know that. No. I'm
need a
talking-
goalie.
You need a goalie. It feels good to say it this way
Dude,
for
I
once.
need no, Mike, you're wrong.
You
because we
need one too, though.
No, bro, we need a lot more than the goalie.
My 12 W's say otherwise. Listen.
This month.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say. Okay, so there's not silly, but there's a rumor going around. It's been going around for a while, and it's kind of coming up to fruition soon. I know we don't have a crystal ball, so just for fun, your opinion. When Sid's contract ends, which is, I believe, in a year or two, he's always said he wants to play his last year here.
Okay, and what's it gonna do for you?
No, but I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what. I'm not justifying it. I'm asking the question. Do you think it happens?
Yeah.
I think it
To me-
happens if Montreal grows over the next couple of years to become a contender. Then it lines up with him.
Leaving.
If we're like where we are now, like why?
Yeah, like what's the point exactly? It's like what they were saying. The Canadians should get Fleury now. For what?
No, I know.
The fuck's it gonna do for you?
I know. But I'm asking it like it's more of a fun question.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
no,
like-
I understand.
Like basically,
I agree with your
he's
brother.
40 years old. Doug Gilmour did it.
Yeah, I agree with your brother.
Daniel Briere did it. Like a lot
all
of these
kinds
guys do it.
Tanguay did it. There's a lot of guys that did it.
Do you see Sid just ending his career in that jersey? Is my question.
I don't know. I mean,
I fucking hope.
I guess it's all up to him if he wants to. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Like
you know, It's like I agree with your brother. I mean, if the Canadians at that time are at that peak where you might need a guy that's won before in the room, yeah, I'd offer him.
I agree with the exact same way.
Yeah. If they're still like what your brother said now, like what they are now, they're middle of the pack. What the fuck's the point?
No,
like they were talking last week in the news, in the French news. Marc-Andre Fleury to Montreal. What the fuck for? You already have 3 guys.
We'll need
Get that
4.
fucking cardboard thing with the 5 holes and it's the same shit. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is the point?
Nah, Montembeau's on fire.
Exactly.
But it's just like I think it would be a nice sentiment just to see that 87 in that jersey just once, even if it's just for half a year. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you the same thing, and even Simon Salikas alluded to it last week. 97 to Toronto. What did I tell you 5 years ago? The only time we're gonna lift a cup is when that guy's wearing a Leaf. Mark my fucking words. Okay? And then we're going to leave it at that. Danny, I said it. You heard it. That jersey, that number 97 guy, he's going to be wearing a fucking Leaf jersey, and that's when we lift the cup. Mark my fucking words. With that...
Those are 2 things that are never going to happen.
No, he's right. Anyway, guys, Danny, thank you so much for being here, man. It's time on the wall says it's time to go. I want to say thank you to everybody. Our sponsors, Rub's Barbecue, Audio Technica, Mike, your guys, and Unrivaled Memorabilia. Thank you so much for everything. And
before we go,
guys, next week we got a good one. It's episode number 30. Think about that, okay? That's a clue. That's a hint. Episode number 30. We have a guest coming on next week, and it's going to be a nice one. And it's going to be one of my. I'm going to dedicate that show to my old man because it's one of my dad's favorite players of all time, and I wish he was still here because he would have been so fucking proud. So we have a good one next week. So hit that like button and the subscribe buttons and all that other buttons and whatever.
Shoot us a follow.
Yeah, Danny, thank you so much again for doing this, man. It's great talking to you. Be good. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again sometime. You good with that?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. So thank you guys. Have a good week, and we'll see you all again next week. Ciao.
Take it easy, boys.